Sawadee krap, dear listeners. It's another weekend and another episode of Heads and Tails. Today we're diving deep into the rich cultural tapestry of Thailand with our distinguished guest, Songkran Jantakad. With a background in anthropology postgraduate and a political science degree from Chiang Mai University, Songkran brings a unique perspective to our discussion. Named after the renowned Songkran Festival, which holds significant cultural importance, Songkran Jantakad is well versed in the traditions and history of his homeland. This festival, recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, encapsulates the essence of Thai culture with its rituals of pouring scented water onto sacred Buddha images and engaging in joyous water splashing activities. Our conversation kicks off on the vibrant campus of Chiang Mai University, where we explore the trajectory of freshly graduated students and delve into the evolving landscape of education in the modern world. From there, we journey through the chronicles of Thailand, spanning from the era of Siam to the Lanna Kingdom and into the colonial times of King Rama IV and V. With Songkran's extensive studies, we unravel the intricate layers of multiculturalism in the kingdom, examining influences from neighboring countries such as Myanmar, Laos, and China. We also explore the significance of agriculture as the primary livelihood in this region and contemplate the transformative power of Buddhist philosophy, drawing insights from luminaries like Krishnamurti and Tich Nat Han. As our conversation unfolds, we confront the sociological complexities of the region, including intergenerational conflicts, cultural identities, interracial marriage, and the pervasive influence of Western thought. Through Songkran's expertise, we gain a deeper understanding of Thailand's multifaceted nature, revealing that beneath its easygoing exterior lies a society grappling with profound societal shifts. So, join us as we take a journey through the heart of Thailand, guided by the wisdom and insights of Songkran Jantakad. This conversation promises to be an illuminating exploration of one of the world's most captivating cultures. Enjoy.
Actually, I love all banana, but the mainstream banana is there is a lot of gas in that kind of banana. Yeah. But if you eat, it's called Thai banana, maybe tropical banana is kind of good for stomach. It didn't have gas too much.
You're talking about the short ones, right?
Short
ones with like fat.
Yeah.
Nice. So those ones don't have all the
different
gas
from mainstream banana.
Yeah. It's so crazy because the kind of banana I buy 7-Eleven, very different from the one I buy on the street.
Yeah, different. I think because of maybe it came from a factory or industrial system. Different from street food or street market, they brought from the farm. Yeah. So different.
So where are we right now, Songkran?
Yeah, we are in the university called Chiang Mai University. Let's say the biggest one in northern Thailand. Yes, and a lot of students here.
And I think this week is a special week for the students, right?
Yeah, it's just the important event just already passed. It's called graduation day, Monday and Tuesday, last Monday and last Tuesday.
So there was a whole ceremony, everything going on.
Yes. And but some people kind of criticize this event because it costs a lot of money, but the freshly graduated student, they just work for not not for a year, but they have to spend a lot of money for this event.
Oh, and it's probably way too much for the families as well.
Yeah, but on another side, because of the family need to see their kid
Graduating,
in successful days, so they happy to waste the money.
So what would you say? Like if you had a child, first of all, let me ask you, did you go to your own graduation?
For bachelor, yes, I went to graduation day because of my parents need me to do that, to do so, and I follow. But I'm fine in I'm fine in both way, not go to criticize way or positive way.
Yeah. Both ideas are valid because everyone is a different situation in their family, right? Yeah. I kind of like it because it's. I think more than everything, it's your commitment to 4 years of just doing one thing, and that should be celebrated. There's not enough people who do something for 4 years,
Right, and for the thinking in parent or family side, they sometimes it's not about the graduation or successful day, but it's can link to Thai culture. Yeah, it's kind of their plight, their face. Some parent is a farmer like me, so they feel more than happy because they are just farmer, but they can of effort or send money to their kid to be finished the degree that they cannot do like that. Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, do you think the degrees give a chance of a better future in terms of once you get a degree, you can actually have a better job? Is this the reality?
Theoretically, it's supposed to be like that, but in practice, it's, it have to think with the economic situation, and it's not it's not because of a lot of students graduated, but the job opportunity still less, so it's not balanced, so getting more problem, and that mean degree didn't guarantee that you can have a better job, or even sometime. And it's funny, my friend from my village didn't continue the degree or the study, but they can earn money more than me because they are farmer, something like that.
Well, I mean, honestly, as a person who did study, I never no employer asked me for my diploma. They never asked for my diploma. So I think experience is way more important than anything in life.
Right.
When it comes to working.
Right, but in Thai society, they still care about the degree. But among the university, so also have a class, many class. University in Bangkok maybe better than outside Bangkok. Among Chiang Mai University maybe better than other. So still have a class between degree. Yeah, this is a social structure problem, not only university or education problem. Of course,
yeah. It's broader issue, like the social, structural, like I think you can speak to it in better terms. But speaking of classes, tell me about what you studied here.
Yes, bachelor degree I study political science, and master's and PhD I study anthropology. Yeah, it's still in the social science field. Yeah.
Social science is perfect. And you were just telling me when we first met that you finally finished the dissertation. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. But a little bit to do about the document.
Our job not completely finished.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me about how you came up with the idea. So what was the dissertation about? Maybe give us a little bit about the
Yes,
dissertation?
my dissertation is about the multiculturalism in Thailand, in northern Thailand, and my fieldwork is in Chiang Mai, the neighbor city of Chiang Mai, and maybe the ideas come from my master degree is about the ethnic city in northern Thailand, and I and my supervisors wanna continue the topic of ethnic cities, especially ethnic diversity in northern Thailand. And we found that in Chiang Mai there is a yearly festival called Flower Festival.
Yes, it's
but
been going on this week, right?
still going, or in Chiang Mai is already finished, but in Chiang Mai also they also have this festival. But in Chiang Mai is quite special because in that festival there is the space called the cultural space, and there is the ethnic team village. 17 ethnic group came gathering and present their culture there. Also their like their house, ethnic house, ethnic activity, dance.
Oh, it's not just flowers. It's just more of like a community gathering where everyone just, practices being together, basically.
Right. So my focus is in that cultural space.
So what are some key takeaways from your research? Is there a lot of, what cultures are we talking about here when we say multicultural?
Right. My study need to know that because multiculturalism is the concept from the West. For example, in Canada or in Australia, it's quite successful in terms of policy. But when you brought to another context like Thailand, so we try to find that is it applicable in Thai context, especially in northern Thailand, because of we got a lot of ethnic city, Hill tribe people or ethnic Highlander. So this event present the diversity of Chiang Mai, of northern Thailand. So we wanna know, is it possible that multiculturalism idea can happen in that space? This is a main focus of our thesis.
Can it?
So when this arrived to another context, apart from the Western, even in the West, in Europe, as you know, this concept is not quite applicable. Like in Germans or in France, the leaders said it's no longer applicable because there's a lot of migration, something like that. So, but in Thai context, it's different, and maybe the final finding is so-called, we can call that this kind of localized. It can apply some, but the meaning is changed. It can say localized meaning of multiculturalism. In terms at the level of policy, it cannot happen because the Thai state never recognized the ethnic group, the minority group, as same as in Canada or in Australia, Aboriginal people or the first people in Canada. But in Thailand, they didn't recognize.
But what does recognizing entail? So just excuse my ignorance. I don't really know what it means in Canada when they recognize these like sort of like smaller minorities. Can you just tell me what that is?
Yes, for example, they recognized the other the other ethnic group, like from Europe, from China, that they recognize their language, their culture. They can practice freely or even under the law, under the constitution. But in Thailand, and everyone should be Thai first. So, yeah, of course, the ethnic people can practice their culture, but if they practice linked to some kind of right, citizenship right, for example, it's got problem. It's got problem because of some ethnic minorities still don't have citizen.
Right. They're not Thai. They're not from anywhere else.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
just, floating.
Yes. So if they want to talk about that topic, the state never recognize. They only can show the beautiful thing like a flower. But we found that in that space, cultural space, they try to add this kind of thing like a citizenship right or social networking or to connect with the global trend, for example, such as food security. So they want to show they are part of global citizens, even they don't recognize as a Thai citizen. So this kind of meaning is come up with that space. So we conclude that this is a kind of localized meaning of multiculturalism.
See. So obviously it's going to be different than, like how they practice in Canada. But what I'm curious about is, do you think it's important for these local people who are, minorities to have some sort of citizenship?
Sure,
Yeah?
sure. Because they live here for long time, but because of the war, let's say from World War II to the Cold War time, this quite critical time that people flee from other side, like from Laos or from Myanmar. But actually, in the transiting from his historical dimension, people always go back and forth between the border because of their culture is the same, their identity is the same, but because of the war, because of maybe go back further, is because of the nation state happen as, let's say, because of the nation state border
Yes.
happen after the cultural border. Cultural boundary is not the same as the
Ethnic borders.
nation state border.
Yeah.
So you can see Lanna people here. Also, you can see in Laos some,
Yes.
in northern Myanmar
Yes.
some, even in southern China you can see some people, some group of people that have the same culture with the Lanna people.
That's very fascinating. So can you take me back to the time where North Thai, South Thai was kind of together? And I'll just tell you this fragment, and you probably tell me what happened there. But I think Lanna Kingdom was separate from everything else. But after a war, I think they promised to give some part of land to Laos, and then that was kind of like the end of conflict. But could you take us back to that time?
Yeah, but first thing first, I'm not expert in history, but I just amateur about history, because I like archaeology, but also linked to history. So yeah, we can say that maybe we can start from the nation state time, post or pre-nation state times and post-nation state time. So in this region, I think Thailand may be the first country that become nation state, because of other country have been colonized by British or by France. So.
And why hasn't Thailand been colonized? Do you think? Can you think of few reasons? Muay Thai.
Yeah, this is a classic question, even among Thai scholars. But some scholars said it's because Thailand is being like a buffer zone between buffer state.
Oh, buffer state.
Okay. Between French colonies and British colony. They just need Thai to be in the middle. Otherwise, there will be there was a tension between English and French. But some is say that no, not only that reason. The reason is because of Thai state at that time, Thai monarchy, quite clever, let's say, because they King Rama from King Rama 4, the monarchy, the dynasty already connect to British and France, so they gain some knowledge, some new idea about modern states. So they also try to colonize as them at English and British colony.
Wow. Okay. So they're not only diplomats, but they also understand from strategy.
Yeah. King Rama 5 visit Europe, visit Tsar Nicholas, Russia Empire, and he sent some kid, as his kid to study in UK a lot, like that. And yeah, so the dynasty already gained some new modern concept about nation states. So some scholars say this is can call internal colonization, because of when you say Thailand at that time it's called Siam, if you recognize. Siam Kingdom is not include Lanna, not include Lanchang is Laos, so not even in the deep south. Is the kind of the city state similar to Malayu or Malay Empire. So that time Siam is mean Central Thai. Also try to colonize the other city state, other kingdom, as same as the British and France colonies.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's why that Lanna become a part of Thailand, Siam, from that time. Maybe
so Siam was, Lanna Kingdom was not really a part of Siam before.
Yeah, before nation states, every kingdom have own authority, have own kingdom, but at that time, how to say, let's say in academic way, that time is called is so-called candle stage. Candle is mean candle, right? If some state is very powerful, the light of candle is more large. So like a China Empire, China Kingdom, their light is very large. Siam also quite large among this area. So, but Lanna also have small candlelight. Lanchang in Luang Prabang have also small candlelight. Sometimes Burmese kingdom have more candlelight, large candlelight. They also conquer Lanna. For example, maybe 200 years already belong to Myanmar Kingdom a long time ago. After that, after Siam and Myanmar war, the last war, Siam can before Bangkok dynasty, it's called Thonburi, is close to Bangkok. At that time, the king is called King Thaksin, also fight Myanmar Kingdom back, and then help Lanna to release from Myanmar Kingdom.
Oh, I see.
So
he
at that time, Lanna Kingdom been supported by Thonburi or Siam. So at that, so Lanna, how to say, go to another side, something like that. But they have own authority. But before the modern time, modern nation state time, is not the body is not how to say, it's not fixed. It depends on the candlelight.
So whoever has the bigger impact or influence around the area
Right.
kind of makes the rules.
Right. Right. And maybe every year the small kingdom need to send some gift to the big kingdom. Even Siam also send some gift to China.
Well, that's how things in Russia go still, you know, right? So so technically they're independent in their own local matters, but the way money works in Russia is like St. Petersburg, like all these Siberia, all these small little places send money to Kremlin, and Kremlin distributes that money and sends. So if you make a lot of money in your region, and if you send it, you'll generally get less money. So I think the way, like the small little gift idea is much better.
Right. Yes, I think it's quite similar to in this region, but after colonization from Europe, especially France and British, they not only conquer this region but also brought new idea to the leader, to the ruler class, and Siam ruling class. They quite quick and to get this idea first, so they also colonize this. That's why it's so called internal colonized.
Wow. Yeah, it's as if these colonizing powers, demonstrated something, and the people over here were like, "Yeah, we can do that."
I think it's normal to have some conflict at the beginning, but because of as I said, because of Siam helped Lanna to release from Burmese kingdom, so they have kind of good relationship, and also the Western colonies not only brought modern idea, also brought the so-called early capitalism.
Right. Because can you just tell me what time are we talking about here when they first came?
More than 150, I think, because more than 200
years ago.
200
right? Yeah.
years ago,
Okay,
more than 2 years ago.
So like because I think the colonization, or kind of the European kingdoms had to find different routes because Turkish people were like, no. So they tried to find different places, and that kind of led to the discovery of America, I kind of feel like. So around the end of those times, so like 1800s maybe, right? Like that's the time we're talking about.
Right. Yeah.
And at that time, was it fragmented here? Or was it Thailand?
That time is a kingdom. I think in Ayutthaya Kingdom, they also had some foreigner. Maybe Portuguese is the early group to came to Thailand to work in dynasty in the royal monarchies, and as a kind of a soldier like that. And after that, France and England came. Yeah.
I feel that a lot. I think from foreigners who I've seen in Thailand in general, China is number one. Well, if we're just talking about Chiang Mai, I think number one is Thai tourists. There's a lot of Thai tourists who come here. Then Chinese, then I think British and French. I've seen a lot, and the rest is kind of like the similar. But these are the main actors, we could say. Yeah. So during these times of conflict, do the wars last long? Are we talking like tens of 50 years, or is it more like a couple years and then the conflict is resolved?
Sorry, what conflicts?
So
I didn't get that.
when we're transitioning from, like one state to another state, so like when the Lanna Kingdom is kind of saying, okay, like we're changing into something else. So when these times of kind of changing, does it last a long time for the conflicts to end, or is it relatively quickly?
In my opinion, it's gradually change. Is the Thai? I think Thai character, Thailand. How to say? What happened in Thailand is more. It's go to compromise way. Every time, even World War II, you can see they can join hand with the Japanese first, and then when the Western win, they can join hand to the Western.
That's
some
true
way.
Politics, though.
yeah, that's a good politics because not many blood, not many people dies. Yeah, so also in Chiang Mai, because at that time the Siam try to connect to Lanna because of the timber, because of the timber business, the forest business, because of British try to do the logging, the timber. They have two company already did in Myanmar, also expand to Lanna Kingdom because of a lot of tree in northern Thailand, and then Siam also join the market, and then they find they use this channel to enact Lanna because of business first, in my opinion.
I think so too. When you look at the borders right now, it's less about which ethnic group lives where the most. It's more about trade routes. It's more about, okay, you have some sort of land over here.
Right.
You're making some agriculture here, like we're doing it here. Yeah,
Right.
Business lines,
Right.
more than
Right.
culture lines.
Right. So, yeah, because of business first, political later, and then Siam found that this is a big property of them, so they try. But when they claim the Lanna, they not claim in economic way, they claim as a cultural way, because of northern people, Lanna people. Their culture close to Siam, more than Burma at that time, Myanmar nowadays. But some kind of that, not only northern Thailand or other part northeast of Thailand. Even northeast of Thailand, if you know, the cultural base is close to Lao people, and Isan or northeast people in Thailand, their culture is close. But how come the Siam state can claim Isan is a part of Siam more than part of French colony? So they use the cultural reason to claim. Yeah. So Lanna, they claim that Lanna people language, religion is close to Siam, Buddhism or Thai speaking language, something like that. And also the ruling class of Lanna also prefer to Siam. Even the princess of Lanna married to King Rama V, thing like that. But she also adopt as a daughter of Queen Victoria as well. So it's kind of politics, the competition between two colonizer, Siam and British. Yeah. But eventually, because of not only ruler class of Lanna also lost their power to the capitalist, new capitalist is the Chinese from Siam or local Chinese here, and they have good relationship with Siam leader. So ruler class of Lanna already lost their power.
Wow. So is the land over here valuable? Is that why people are different kind of competitors, like, you know, the British colonizers, the Chinese colonizers, the Siam colonizers? They it seems like this area is of high interest for everybody.
I think at that time only the timber business, but for the other land is still, I think not. The population is still less compared to nowadays. Yeah, and some historian study of some historian is quite interesting. That professor said actually the local or grassroots people here feel happy when Siam conquer here. The reason is under the Lanna ruler, they are not happy.
Why?
Yeah, same in the in the ancient time, right? Most of ruler is kind of exploit their people.
When the rulers get too comfortable.
But maybe they think that new ruler is maybe better than old ruler.
The grass is always greener.
They don't know later, right? But that study I quite surprised, because it's make a different argument or statement. Yeah.
And was it different? Like the new ruler, did they have a better way of managing?
I think because of the big change. Because as I said, because of Siam or Thailand later brought the capitalism, so the social economic structure is totally changed, so they cannot compare. Like for example, they see the money different because it's more capitalism, or more something modern came from the West, like that. Yeah.
And can you tell me what is the main way of livelihood in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, in these parts before the whole capitalism started? So what kind of agriculture, maybe what kind of arts?
In ancient times, it's still, I think, still farming, and paddy field is the main livelihood of not only northern Thailand, also other part of Thailand.
So rice. Oranges.
Yeah.
What else we have?
I think ancient time is just rice, because just for living, not for sale. Right. Yeah. Paddy fields. So they quite good in rice farming. They can some community can do farm 1 year but can eat for 3 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Other than just go to the forest, gathering, hunting.
Yeah. Standard.
Yeah.
Standard everywhere. Okay.
But when the when the capitalism alive is totally changed, they have to do for money, things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, because of factories.
Oh yeah. Maybe early. The first factory in northern Thailand is cigarette.
Tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah, tobacco.
I see.
Tobacco. You still can see some place that preserve tobacco factory, and they change to hotels or touristic place.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, also in Chiang Mai, also a lot.
Wow.
And also southern Chiang Mai.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And from that time, where like mostly mainly the way was just agriculture, and then it slowly turned into more capitalistic influences. Do you think the people changed as well with this, or do you think they still have this kind of like agriculture mindset?
It's difficult to answer because that you need to see whole society. But I think before Cold War, let's say, before Vietnam War or American War, the changing is not too much. Yeah, gradually you can just pass by. at that time, because even the Thai state more modern, more grab some Western idea, but they still do in the central Thai, not affect to the other part of Thailand. Yeah, but after Cold War times is the, let's say, maybe I quite simplify is a lot, but to make it more easy, let's say because of CIA, because of American money, make Thailand totally change. Yeah, even tourism is birthed from CIA. They need to relax in some beach near the base in Bangkok, so in other side of Bangkok.
Wait, who needs to relax?
The GI soda, American soda.
Soldiers, right.
Soldier.
Right.
After they really got very straight in Vietnam, so they came back to the base in Thailand, and they need to relax. So Pattaya is birthed at that time.
I've met when I stayed there for 2 months. I actually met a few war people. So like these guys meet. They met at war basically, and they decided to keep staying in touch, and then they meet back together in Pattaya and then just reminisce old times and stuff. It's crazy actually.
Right. Yeah, I quite understand the former soldier. Sometimes it's kind of nostalgic trauma, nostalgic feeling of them. They came here maybe for traveling, but sometimes it's for memorizing from Vietnam War time. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna take a look at these notes that I made. So how about we take it here? Tell me a little bit about growing up in Chiang Mai for you. How was it like? What was the nature like? How did you spend your time there?
Maybe I was born in the city called Chiang Khong. It's nearby Chiang San, 1 hour, close to Mekong River. Actually, my house is really close to Mekong River, just 500 meters or not.
And your parents are still there, or they moved?
Still there.
Oh, nice.
Still there. So maybe I was born with Mekong rivers, and also my cultural group, part of Lanna people, but a bit different because Lanna people is called Kon Mueang or Kon Yuan, but mine is the Thai Lư, but the culture is similar. And so Thai Lư is not only in northern Thailand, also along Mekong River, in Laos, in northern Myanmar, southern China. So my ancestor came from northern Laos. Maybe during that the nation state happened that time. They came to, but it's the reason they came to northern Thailand is the reason of livelihood, and the second is because of the war. At that time, China also have changed, political change a lot as well. So some of my ancestor relatives still in Laos.
Like so that. You still have family in Laos, obviously?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Nice.
So I was born that kind of cultural zone, cultural area, Mekong River, and and my village is very small and just a normal farming community. They don't want to relate with other much. Very. If we use the nowadays word is the introvert community. Very introvert community. But accidentally or fortunately, I got scholarship to study middle school in nearby Bangkok, Nakhon Pathom, and then my life path is different from other. Not be a farmer like my friend. I continue study, continue high school here, Chiang Mai, and then study in Chiang Mai University. Yeah, so my life's normal. My life normal. If maybe if you if you don't go to farm, you should do something better. So I study better than go to farm. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you enjoy? Have you worked in farm before?
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah.
Sometime.
And
yeah.
do you enjoy studying more?
Actually, farm is also good because of nature. But actually, when I was a kid, I like to watch the television. Yeah, and maybe I get many idea from televisions and.
What kind of shows were on when you were a child?
Not specific one. Maybe all program that I can watch. Yeah, and then maybe maybe some turning point. The small turning point is when the bookstore, mobile bookstore in the van came to my schools, and I bought I still remember the book, the small book, the green cover, and the spider is on that cover. It's about the general knowledge, geography. Who is the scientific that invent that the capital of Turkey is Ankara, something like that. And this is a very good. I read every day and general knowledge, and I kind of like geography, many country, capital, currency name. Like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, maybe that's why
You're just genuinely a curious child.
Yeah. So it's something more than orange farm. But I still love farming. But maybe among my class, my friend, I quite good more than them, so I got opportunity and continue. Yeah, but that book still in my mind, and that's why I like social science, political science, like that. And it's kind of you have to know in many dimensions, like that. Yeah.
Like your surface area of knowledge should be very, very wide.
Yeah.
When you're trying to make judgments or conclusions, draw some conclusions,
exactly.
You kind of need to think about a lot of things.
Exactly. So it made me not to rush to conclude, because even if you don't know capital of Burkina Faso, don't answer yet, something like that.
Yes,
right?
Yes, exactly.
So there's a lot of knowledge you have to know. So yeah.
And so today's world, I think we have a cesspool of knowledge, not knowledge, information, a lot of information. So the challenge for children today is not only just finding the relevant knowledge or the relevant information, but also making sure that it's not false information. I think this, so much information just requires a lot of more energy and effort. So do you have any suggestions or sort of, ideas on how people can navigate in this? Because you're talking about this one little book, and like people put a lot of effort into this book, making sure that it's nice, presentable, and informative. And you take this book and it's very fascinating. But today you have the internet and it's kind of endless, So I was curious if you had any sort of, like maybe how you do research these days, or how you would recommend students to sort of get informed.
Yeah, but I have to say it cannot be like a good suggestion, good advice. But maybe I get your point. Is whatever you wanna know, if it make you feel happy or feel light, not heavy. It mean you got the right way. If something that you've been doing is make you more heavy, make you feel uncomfortable. So just how to say, just go another way. I think
That's
just
solid advice. So you're saying just listen to your heart, your stomach, your mind, and let those navigate you when you're, trying to inform yourself.
Yeah, but how to say, you need to pay attention with that thing 100% first before you conclude that that is not your way. But sometimes you just pay attention 50% and you say it's not my way. It's not. I think it's not that way. yeah. So just try first.
How can we give ourselves 100%?
I think you can know yourself that this one that I already put effort 100% already. You can ask one thing. You can reflect yourself every time while you're doing, not to conclude because of other opinions or other thing that you see, but from your insight, from your reflection. Sometimes I reflect myself and I honest to myself that it's really biased to conclude that.
Do you find yourself having these moments a lot?
Fine.
Do you find yourself saying, okay, maybe not, like this is not a good conclusion, doesn't feel right?
No, this time it's just, how to say, I really seldom to say myself is the not my way, because I didn't do a lot of things. I don't do a lot of things because that when I do something, it means I have to put my intention, concentration, my focus at that thing 100% first, like that. And then you just can say it's okay or it's not okay. Yeah.
So then, throughout your education, your academic career, what are some advices that you would give to yourself, to your younger self, when he was first going into university, first going into choosing like a discipline to study further? Is there any advice that you would give to yourself?
How to say, if I'm not kind of person that feel that regret. Because whatever you done is mean, but it's not the best one. But maybe let's say in Buddhism way, whatever you done is already past. You cannot change. So, and if you feel regret, it means you put your self-center or your ego. Sometime when you regret or when you want to change something, it means you gain your ego, self-centered, and when you gain your ego, you sometimes it's blind you from the reality, the present moment, like that. So whatever is past means past, and even it's not the best, even if not good, that's your responsibility.
Less for you though, more for other people, because I'm obsessed with this idea of learning from mistakes. I've read this one quote about how if you learn from your mistakes, you're a wise person. But if you learn from other people's mistake, you're even more wise. So it's more about, obviously we don't want to change our lives because that's what it makes us unique. And it's really good that you remind me of this, because sometimes I fall into, maybe I could have done this, maybe I could have done that. But it's like, whatever you've done is what happened, and what you're in this moment of whatever you've done. So there's just more reason to focus on what you want to do now. But I guess for people who are just starting off, in their journey, it's always nice to say, oh, like maybe this strategy might have been different, might have been taken me to this trajectory. It's not that I'm unhappy about this one. It's just, like if I did this might have happened. So I was just fishing for any ideas like this.
Yes, but I didn't mean that learn from the past is not good. But my way is that sometimes when you think like that, you put some self-center with that. You can control, but actually you cannot. You cannot control. Or sometimes it's kind of you use the past as a supporter, like, but you didn't change.
Yes, you cannot.
Yeah, you cannot change, and you don't want to change. This is the point. You want to change, that's why you use the past as a friend, like, oh, we are friends, everything can make a mistake, we can learn together. It's kind of I cannot think in English word, but you make it, but the past is already gone. But and if you wanna change, totally change, is that you will forget everything, even the future. You wanna do right now, something like that, and I believe in that way, in this way. Totally change is just can happen in the moment, present moment, not from the past, not from the future, not from the motivation, not from the something like that. But I still I don't mean that I can change, totally change, but I believe in the to change right now, something like that. Yeah, it's very difficult thing that maybe Zen philosophy talk about this, and not say Buddhism in that sect talk about this. Totally change in this moment is very difficult.
Totally changing in this very moment right now is difficult.
Yeah, very difficult.
Why?
How to say? For example, some philosophers, if you know Krishnamurti, Indian philosopher, I didn't understand him well, but kind of understand that the totally change is that not from your thought, it's from your whole energy. For example, when you feel hungry, that means you're hungry. It's not from the idea about hungriness. It's not idea about the past, the future. Hungry is hungry like that. So you act because of immediately because of you hungry. But when you will change something in your life, you analyze it, you think about it, learn from the past. It's you use your thought. Different from hungry. Hungry is just eat, like that.
It's very instinctual.
Yeah, very instinctual. That it's happen at the same time when you want to change, not later after you analyze it, conclude it, or ambition or motivations, like that. Not in the past, not in the future.
And there's something inherently funny about change, because the person who wants to change is the person who needs to do the changing.
Right. Still put the thought in there, analyze in there. So, but I also trapped in this kind of thought. So I try to change, immediately change like that. So when you get that totally change, you feel relief, free, liberate. Yeah. Like when you full after you eat, you liberate from hungry. Yeah, like that.
And is the only way to actually go to the monasteries and the temples and then just learn your vipassana, just sit down and be left alone in your mind? or do you think there are other ways?
Some people go that way, but it means you already separate from society. But society, social activity is different from monastery world. Secular world is different from religion world. So, but if you wanna live a life in social worlds, it's not good idea to go to temple. So you have to find. I think sometimes many good monks, many high spiritual monks, but they still live in monastic area. But I wonder if they spend their life in the city, crowded city as Bangkok, how their spiritual can sustain something like that. I wonder that way. So I try to find the balance when you live in the complex world, like a city like that. You need to find your own enlightenment. You need, as Krishnamurti said, you not follow him, just find your way.
Yes,
just
because every person has unique way.
Yeah, so I think my idea is, but I also respect the people go to monastic and practice meditations, and many of my friends also go that way. I also respect, but if you wanna know how to say, if you wanna liberate or free from that kind of how to say, the struggle life, you need to have own way. My philosophy. Trying.
Is it kind of like workout programs? So you have a different body type than maybe we have similar body type, but at the end of the day, you have different thyroid, you have different blood pumping system. I have low blood pressure, maybe you have high blood pressure. So in essence, if a personal trainer comes and work with us, he's going to give you a different program and he's going to give me a different program. So in that way, could this be a healthy analogy to, your way to freedom, liberation, enlightenment, whatever people call it, is going to be different than, David's or, like Songkran's or Fatih's, like everyone has a different way to get where they want to go.
Right, exactly. This is also the anthropology way. Everything is different. It's happened because of different contexts. You need to clarify that context. The main duty of anthropologists or sociologists is just review that context in very detail. Why that group of people practice exercise like that? You need to clarify that context, and anthropologists don't believe that there is the same pattern. So that's why they study the other group, other culture, something like that. But there are some universal thing that can connect, something like that. Yeah.
What are these universal truths that connect?
Maybe answer from Tich Nat Han, Saint monk. Love and kindness is a universal. Love and kindness. Yeah, I kind of agree with Tich Nat Han. Love and kindness. When you feel love and the Papua New Guinean people feel love, it may be the same. Love and kindness. If that love is quite really pure love, not like a love as a specific meaning of that social or that there's a cultural identity, something like that. But love and kindness, maybe, for example, if you see one kid will cross to the street and kind of danger, you will help immediately. So this is a universal thing.
I think another universal truth is death, but we've really have a very different way of looking at things now, because I remember when I was speaking to Mary, she's been here for quite some long time now. She attended to some musician's funeral down in I forget the name, Lampung or Lampang, I'm not sure, but they had a very, like, everyone was singing, and like it's a very different way of funeral than say in Turkey. In Turkey, everyone's very silent and crying and just very sobbing. There's nothing exciting about it. Same as when you go to America. It's very strange because they just preserve your whole face. They just it's very different attitudes in different places to death. It is underlying, there's the same truth that like this person is completed their journey here, but obviously like the other world has different connotations and annotations and different cultures. What do you say about that?
Yes, that I agree that death is a universal thing that every people have to face, and but that what make it different is the culture, right? The rituals, culture, belief, religion. Here, the example you said is maybe there's a Lanna culture. There was the music bands, kind of positive feeling or happy feeling, but inside of that music or inside of melody, maybe kind of sad also, something like that. And this is the background is because of local people here believe the afterlife. The afterlife is the, how to say, they go to another world, spiritual world. So before they go to that world, you need to celebrate for them. Or how to say, you need not only celebrate for them, also to show the community that how to say, the family of the dead people take care that person is very well as well. So that's why they need to show the community that we how to say, we send them to another world very well. And also the dead person herself is also already done a good thing already, according to karma law, something like that. So the local belief is also different.
I think the Lanna culture's tradition kind of reflect ancient Egyptian way of sending people off. I think there's a lot of, in today's society, especially if we think in terms of Western culture, there's a lot of materialist. I've read in one place where the Western way of looking at life is like a construct. It's like a material thing, it's like a building or something, and or like, let's say some symbolized as a statue or like a sculpture. The Hindu way of looking at life is it's a drama, so it's like kind of this theater-esque sort of performance where everyone is just playing the part. It's like acting. And the Chinese way of looking at life is more like organism, and it's just like working all these things together. And that really helped me understand the fundamental different way of looking at life. It's different on the surface, obviously. At the core of it, it's all art, like organizing is an art, like sculpting is an art, and also displaying drama is an art. But I suppose when someone is very deep into the hard, cold, material aspect of things, it's really hard to let go of that. So that's why the rituals over there may be reflecting that as well. It's like, preserve. Like they're still with us.
Sure. Yeah. You can learn the culture of that place, that community, from the ritual, even the funerals or marry, or the new house celebration. You can learn their core culture from that rituals or activity, like a funeral. Maybe not only music, also the house of the dead person, also quite they decorate quite vivid, colorful. It means they try to send that dead people as a very beautiful way, also to show the community, like they treat them very well already, like that.
Let's go back to your dissertation a little bit, because you mentioned marriage, and I'm curious about the interracial sort of togethership. Has what you've observed throughout history and maybe like the recent past, is there a lot of intermingling between like the Chinese and the Lao and the different Karen families and foreigners alike?
You mean a trinational marriage? I think in northern Thailand is not many compared to northeast Thailand. Northeast Thailand is there are some study about the so-called Phalang village.
Okay.
Because of
Okay.
that whole village, the lady married with the West.
Interesting. Is there a specific reason for it?
Economic reason.
Okay.
First, but the after study is also add the cultural and social aspect as well, not only economic. That is because of course, that is because of the different between the economy between Thailand and the West, right? But also it's because of the the cultural changing, social changing in Thailand as well. For example, when in the past the family pattern in Thailand is kind of big family, not individual. But after Cold War, it's more individual family. And for example, in Isan region, northeast regions, the lady who married with the Western, they already got a family before, and most of them got a kid. But the Thai man is not quite good, so that's why they divorce, they separate.
And is it more recent thing where the women have an option to divorce actually?
Sorry, again.
Is it more recent that Thai women can divorce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can divorce.
Okay.
You can divorce. And
But in the past, is there also a divorce?
If if you more strict with the community, it's quite difficult, because it's everything depends on community. But as I said, after more individual family, so they divorce a lot because of economic problem, or even the internal violence. In the single family, like that. And
I see.
so that's why they, and also this problem, this issue met with the flows of foreigners. They came to Thailand as a tourist or as a other reason, because the more open globalization, like that. And their demand supply is met, because the Western guy also got a bad experience, family, yes, also divorced.
Yeah, it works. You know, for both sides.
Yeah, for both sides, and they need this. The study said that because of Thailand, is quite take care person, different from the West, it's more individual, something like that. So they are demand supply it made, and that's why it's a lot of Thai lady married with the foreigner. After that, I think within 10 or 20 years, the how to say, the traditional marriage is more not complicated. It's more other dimension is also the younger generation.
I think the individualistic way of looking at life is, I mean, in Thailand it seems to be adapted really fast, and it helps, because in Turkey we also have the rise of individualistic thinking, but since the culture is extremely collective, everyone sort of needs to stick together, they need to share, and like what mom and dad thinks and grandpa thinks is way more important than what I think. So you're not no one really says your name, but you're a son of, or you're a daughter of this person, you are a wife or husband to your spouse, you are a friend in a group, or you serve in like a government office or something, you know, so you're a part of a whole. So in that way it's very collectivistic, and I haven't really seen this like individual mindset. Obviously with the younger generation I think it's a little bit more, you know, natural, but in Thailand I feel like it's not just the youngest generation, it's more like most generations kind of just adopt this idea because it works for them. Do you think that's true?
Because I'm quite old already, 40.
How old are you, by the way?
40 already, so
no way.
Yeah, so yeah, in my age, or maybe more than my age, maybe a bit lower than 50s, they quite familiar with the Western ideas and adapt a lot, as you said. So older people, maybe we can say like over 60, quite more conservative. So and this is also the one of the main reason that Thailand quite changed a lot, because the, how to say, in another hand, on the one hand, is very open for many things from Japanese culture, Korean culture, the Western culture, but other hand also very conservative way, and I think within the, let's say from since COVID time is really critical time for Thailand, because this how to say, this kind of these two groups already now is already confront each other, and it's already crashed. Let's say from the,
you mean like the traditional and the new way?
Yeah, conservative ways and maybe modern ways. They already crashed. For example, from last election, already show that the new generation win over conservative, but now conservative side try to come back like that. Yeah.
What is more important in your opinion, to have a healthy connection to the traditions and culture, or adopting a new mindset?
I'm not a political science or.
You did study political science,
but
and
that's why I changed, because I'm not person that believe you can solve the reason by structural way, because everything is many things diverse a lot, different contexts. Even you are in Lanna culture, it still have some small group, some small culture that different. So unless you understand this kind of diversity, that you can change, that you can go through the different together. Otherwise, you will have conflict. But the conflict is normal, right?
It's unavoidable.
Normal. Yeah, it's normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's running away from the conflict.
Right.
It just has to happen.
But I think the good thing in Thai culture is because this Thai culture is quite compromised culture. Even got a big conflict between new generations and conservative generation. They not if compared to maybe to the West or to the, for example, Arab Spring last decades ago is very how to say radical way, right? But in Thailand more compromised way. Yeah.
I think what I've observed is that people are very humble in general, and that really helps into, you know, like these transitions, like pivoting moments. It's very useful to have people who are kind of like thinking the way you are, you know. It's less about the ego and what I think it's more about, you know, like everything considered, like is this a net positive or a net negative? And I think there's a lot of net positive thinking going on. And like I mentioned to you off camera, I think having lived in the west part of the world, the middle part of the world, met a lot of people from everywhere around the world. I think in Thailand specifically, now I haven't done all of Southeast Asia. I haven't went to Japan, Korea, and all these places are own cultures of their own, and I would have to go and, you know, make my own deductions. But I kind of feel like this energy of maturity, maybe it's due to Buddhism, which is a little bit more of a, you know, reformed way of looking at Hinduism. But there's a lot of just faith, you know, in what will happen, and just trying to just center yourself in what is going on right now, rather than, oh, like, am I gonna worry about, you know, like getting a house or a car or a yacht, or like there's less of those concerns. It's more about, hey, did I have good food today? Perfect. You know, I have my motorbike, I can go here and there. Perfect. It only becomes with the younger generation where they want to go to France, they want to go to England, they want to go to America. Like once you start getting these kind of, oh, like I want to go XYZ, blah, 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 that's when the sort of, you're moving away from the moment and you're just, you know, like thinking in the future. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like my sort of subjective way of thinking, but what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with your opinion, because sometimes if you let the outside influence, like a Western, I think the peak of Thailand economy is before, if you remember, Tom Yam Goong crisis, a very peak of Thai economy.
But can you mention it, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know?
Yeah, that's how to say, maybe early version of European crisis in Greece, in Italy, and it's kind of that. And it starts from Thailand, so they call Tom Yam Goong crisis in 1997. I forgot in detail, but it's because of the real economy is different from, yeah, how to say, let's say the I'm not a economist, but how to say, in general, maybe you can say the real economy is different from the financial economy. Yeah, something like that. So the government cannot hold the currency, so they open, how to say, they just open the currency rate freely to set the new, how to say, to know the real economy. So the money is very, the vanilla rate is very low, maybe more than 50% compared to the US dollar. And the many stock markets is already collapsed at that time. It affect to the other sectors of economy. Also, even my parent is farmer, also affect, because the no no middleman to buy the fruit like that. And I think maybe more than 5 years is still in the crisis.
Well, I think gas, it's like hinging on gas mainly. Like if you change the gas price, or if you make a small little change, a domino effect, gas prices change, and when gas prices change, everything changes. Because like a lot of things are still dependent on gas.
Right. So at that time, I just mentioned Tom Yam Goong crisis because before that time is that Thailand have been support a lot from Japan industry until now, but not a lot compared to in the past. So how to say, Thailand used to be like the economic star after Korean, South Korean, after Taiwan, something like that. But Thailand cannot success because of Tom Yam Goong crisis. But I mean, I give this example because of you follow the outsider a lot. Thailand, after that, still follow the Western idea, the Western system, still follow a lot. So you cannot be yourself. Go back to be yourself. Even new generation, they, as you mentioned, they wanna go to Europe, to America because they follow the outside factor a lot. Even they use the concept of human rights, equality, gender, LGBT. Sometimes, in my opinion, they ignore the context. They use it as we are like a Westerner. Our hair is like a blonde hair, something like that. Sometimes they said, everything should be equal. But this idea is conflict with the conservative or collective ideas.
I just want to give an example because I cannot agree more with what you're talking about right now, because I made this video about how when people think their desires are theirs, it's really not their desires. Most of the things that we want in life is planted through TVs or programs or commercials. Like when a man wants like this really sick sports car, it's not really his. Most of the time it's not really his desire. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just society telling them. Or like when female, I have in high school, I remember I have a friend, she wanted to get like breast implants just to like have larger breasts. It's like, do you really want this, or is it because of society? So weeding out what we really want, and we really need to look at what's hurting us the most. But going back to what we were just talking about, I think utilizing external tools of like, like minority, like I'm the sort of LGBTQ, like all of this stuff, like you said, I think when you think about the context within the context, it really doesn't make sense.
Right. That's a very. But I'm not blame the new generations, or not blame the old generation. But I think I should blame myself as an anthropologist. Cannot provide understanding about the context in the context, and this field is not popular in Thailand. Yeah. So should blame myself that cannot make more understanding about this. And because sometimes conflict is about, it's not about generations. It's about the ignorance of context of both sides. One also don't want to understand new context.
What's the biggest thing within the context that a lot of young people miss, you think?
Many things, but if I can say quickly here, is maybe the diversity. The diversity of Thai society is not
just Thai.
Yeah, it's not Thai, it's not Bangkok, and even when you come to Chiang Mai cannot represent other city in northern Thailand. Even the accent different, something like that. So you cannot stereotype that everything quite the same just from from one the big place like Chiang Mai or Bangkok, Phuket. Yeah. Sometimes I met a foreigner. They travel to very small city in Isan, Northeast. I never been before. Then they can know how it's diverse in this country, something like that. But Thai society, just I understand because they cannot travel around, they cannot learn many culture at the same time. But because of, I think, if educational said, because of education, you just put the mainstream history, mainstream social science to study only about the Bangkok culture, something like that. So it's kind of for many reasons, not only the one thing.
Of course. Yeah, it's always more than hundreds of moving parts and a lot of things to take into consideration when anyone is trying to, make any deductions or any sort of conclusions.
But maybe one thing it can help is just open mind first.
There we go.
Open mind first, and then when you talk about Thai, when you heard me say Thai is compromise society, it's not all.
Of course.
As you learn that, Thai is not sabai. Yeah, this is another dimension. Everyone should know more than just that Thai is land of smile or Thai land of compromise, like that. Yeah, of course there are land of smile, some parts, some context, but also very stressful dimension because of economies, thing like that. So.
Like all families, it's not like every single family has the exact same outcome, like in parts where the government doesn't really provide support or something, people are going to have a different experience. And places like Bangkok, people are going to have a different experience, like metropole experience. And like a huge testament to what you said about the diversity, not just race, but also economical level, also societal level, also mixing level, is just as granular as everywhere else.
Sure.
The changes.
Sure. For example, if you will use the concept of gender equality, but some cultural group, they respect not men, they respect women above men. How come equality happen? So that context should be exceptional or not? You should question more. Not everyone equal, like a radical feminist said. Okay, I'm sorry for feminists, but so if you consider the context is more, I think it's more fun for me to, more fun to learn more, like that. Yeah. But I understand political side dimension. You have to have some structure that can apply to most of the of the country, but of course cannot resolve the problem all, but the most parts of the problem is okay for. I understand political side dimension.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, I don't think the world is, like you can create all the structures and the construct and systems of thinking, but in the end of the day, I mean, nature is very squiggly. It's not like, it's organized in its own way, obviously, but it's not organized in the sense that you would make sense of, like a human would make a sense of it, and then make judgments regarding these structures. But yeah, I think the open mind is just super important in anything you do, any approach you take, because the people I run away from the most are the people who say that they know things. If they're like, yes, I know this, I think you just close off yourself to actually learning more. So like if you're a feminist, if you're a radical Islam guy, if you're jihadist, if you're whoever you are, just try to keep an open mind to like another perspective, because chances are you might have missed something. And I think it's less like self-doubt, it's just being critical, with everything in life. I think I owe that. I'm very thankful that I have that kind of thinking in my life, because I first come to Thailand, I make my own judgments, I make my own conclusions, but when I speak to people, I shape and mold and I'm always open to like thinking in different ways. So it takes me on this like magnificent journey that you just keep learning and learning and learning and learning.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's a very important point, that if you wanna, it cannot resolve the problem, but it's good to consider with the resolving problem. Open mind. Yeah. Of course, you need some mechanism, some system. I also agree, but with open mind is also important. Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to add? Any parting ideas, comments, anything? A message to the world, perhaps?
Let it flow. Let it flow. What is come to your mind, just express it. It's also my way. But that's why I don't want to talk a lot, because of people maybe they don't want to understand me. But talk with you is more comfortable and more flowing, and that's because you are open mind person. So if I need to add something, maybe just emphasize on open mind is very important thing. And when what we talk today is just a piece of the context of the context.
Absolutely.
Piece of the context and
small percentage of the bigger whole.
Right.
And it's just, I think in life, collecting these small little pieces from wherever and whenever is how you'll sort of eventually build that sort of worldview.
Right.
But it was a pleasure talking to you.
Very pleasure too. Yeah.
I would love to repeat it again. Maybe this time in a more structured way.
Sure. Welcome.
But until then, I'm very appreciative and thankful for your time.
Yeah, thank you as well. Yeah.
And thank you, people, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.